Hi Aries, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2025 love reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is I'll look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some more with cards as well for some additional insight. And that's in the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks we use, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading. So I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Four of Staves. So this is actually an Aries energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying that ultimately you guys really felt close and connected to this person. This could even just be saying that maybe this is someone you have quite a bit of a history with, and you two you might have already been in a committed relationship with each other at some point. But yeah, either way, looks like either that was the case, or at the very least you saw the potential with this person in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Hierophant. So Taurus energy here, but also very much an energy that could point to traditional types of commitment. So if nothing else, it looks like this is saying that this person felt the same toward you in the past, or it could also just be saying that they might have actually been the ones who suggested that the two of you move to a more committed partnership in the past. Present energy on your side, we have the Five of Staves. So this is Leo energy here, and could definitely be pointing to some extent of a conflict between the two of you. It doesn't have to necessarily be a huge conflict, but at the very least. So for example, especially with this deck in particular, if we look at the artwork, it looks like the two masculine energies are almost smiling, right? Whereas the feminine energy looks very serious. So it could just be one of those things where maybe communication between the two of you, one of you might have taken something the wrong way that could have led to a conflict, but it wasn't really meant in that way. But yeah, at the very least, this looks like a less harmonious energy than we saw in the past. Present energy on their side, we have Judgment. So this is a Scorpio energy here, and what this says to me more than anything, it says that more likely, this makes it more likely that for the majority of you, this is someone who you were with in the past. And this could just be saying that recently they might have come back into the picture, and that could have been where the conflict energy came from, because maybe if the two of you didn't leave it off on the best of terms, you might have felt a little bit thrown off guard by them coming back into the picture. Whereas it looks like they came in with a lot of confidence. Alright, future energy on your side, we have the Two of Staves, so yet more Aries energy here. So this could be coming across a couple different ways. For some of you, it could just be saying that you might be thinking about just starting new somewhere else, right? So meaning that, you feel like, okay, I have the closure with this connection, I don't really want to go any further with it. Or for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe you would give some consideration to having a fresh start with this person. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here, and if we look at the artwork, we do see the sword, which represents communication, is actually broken. We see part of it down there on the ground, and they're holding the rest of it. So yeah, it could just be saying that maybe this is the main issue with this person, where they could have trouble with communication at times, and that could be what leads to the conflicts between the two of you primarily. And if that's the case, yeah, this seems like it would be a little bit more likely that a lot of you would want to just seek a new connection elsewhere down the line. So, I mean, given the energies that we've been dealing with, we had Mercury retrograde recently, and it's still in its post-shadow period. We have Venus retrograde just wrapping up, and then that's going to be in its post-shadow period as well. Could just be saying that this could be someone that might have come back around during those retrogrades, right? And maybe, they were in the picture for a little while, and then as those retrogrades wrap up, it could just be one of those things where you're like, okay, you know what, I understand why we didn't work out in the past, and you might just move on. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Three of Coins. So this is Capricorn energy here. And if we look at the artwork there, you see she doesn't necessarily look all that happy, right? And the Three of Pentacles or Three of Coins energy in general usually points to an energy of collaboration. So ultimately, that might have been what you felt like the main flaw was with this connection in the past, where you might have felt like you were the one doing heavy lifting, right? And this person might have seemed like they weren't really doing their part in the connection. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Fool. So yeah, so like I said, maybe ultimately this is their problem where, they could just have these communication issues that get them into trouble, right? It could just be saying that maybe they're a little bit fickle, right? So they're here one day, gone the next, things along those lines there. So obviously that could just lead to a point of frustration for you guys to where you might feel like you would be open to cutting your losses. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. And what I'll do now is I'll actually just cut the deck and pull a card. We'll take this one here. And next I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So I'll give this a few shuffles. Alright, and I'll just cut this deck as well. We'll take this card. Let me get this out of the way. And we'll take a look at that Messages of Love Oracle card first. Alright, we have boundaries. It says firm boundaries are needed now. So yeah, this makes it seem a little bit more likely that this is what we were talking about, where, like I said, more than likely this person might have been the ones who left in the past, and then it seems like they're just coming back in, almost trying to make it seem as if, there was no falling out between the two of you, which seems to have you feeling guarded. And then ultimately it looks like they might put their foot in their mouths again down the line too. So yeah, boundaries in that regard make sense there. I mean, we even see that somewhat with the artwork with the Five of Staves. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have To Be Fair. There's the artwork. The number is 38. And at the very least, this looks a little bit more diplomatic, but we'll see what the message says. All right, the relationship message says, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit, and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. So yeah, at the very least, that card makes it sound like you should at least hear this person out. Like I said, just from what I'm seeing in the future, it doesn't necessarily look all that promising, as far as it looks like they might put their foot in their mouths again, and then you end up back at square one where you might want to cut your losses. But if you remember when we first talked about the Two of Staves there, I was saying, for some of you this could be you wanting to move on and just start new elsewhere, but for some of you this could also just be saying being open to restarting the connection with this person. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.